This is Anne, and I'm Terrence. And today we're going to talk about relationships and
Religion.
Okay. So,
That is a big topic.
yes, it is.
It is. One thing that people, when you come to the Lord, and this is on a spiritual level, it's not about your relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend or all this kind of stuff, but is a relationship with Jesus Christ. And a lot of people feel in religion teaches us that, well, you do this and you do that and you do something else and you're all set to go, kind of a thing. But it's not about that. It's about having a relationship with Jesus and getting to know who He is. What's your comments on stuff like that?
I mean, from my past, I get upset and call myself walking away from God.
Mm-hmm.
Why me? Pouring me, and next thing you know, I'm pouring me another drink to medicate those feelings. But I walked away a few times. But the funniest thing, the guy was still there. Who was I walking away from?
That's true.
I can't run from him. So God always been there for me.
Yeah.
There's some things that He put in my past that I don't even see, like do this, do that. They put it right in front of me and I don't see it. I'm blind to it. And that's, lately I started praying and my eyes are open. I can see a lot of different things.
So that's a good thing.
That's a beautiful thing.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
It is amazing because when you, I was telling you last night about that one church I went to, and where it was almost like a circus. It was disgusting. It was like a circus because, there was no, it's like if Jesus had walked in that church and sat down, nobody would have even noticed that He was Jesus. You know what I mean? It was just so carefree and so ha-ha. Now, nothing wrong with ha-ha, but, it was just really terrible. And to me, that was religion. Like religion says, you go to church on Sunday. When I was a kid, well, not just a kid, I was a little bit older, but I used to go to Bible study on a Wednesday night. If I missed a Bible study, I'd be getting a phone call. What you doing, Ann? What are you up to?
Wow.
And it's like, nothing. I just didn't want to go tonight. I just couldn't go. And it's like, right away they had me pegged that I had backslidden. I went back into the world and did my thing, and it wasn't even true. But it was their stipulations of being a Christian was you must go to church on Sunday. You must go to Bible study through the week. And you must do this. You must pay your tithes. You must do all these things. So everything was like kind of, what is the word? Order or discipline or, no, not even those words.
It's like a disorder, out of order type thing.
It's like, but they wanted you to, by works. That's
by
it.
works.
By works. By works, you go to church on a Sunday. By works, you go to Bible study. By works, you do this. By works, you do that. You've got to pay your tithes, because if you don't pay your tithes, you're going to hell.
Absolutely.
But what they do is they forget. And when I was a little kid growing up, I used to say to Mom, I want to know about Mary, because that was Jesus's mom.
Yeah.
And like, moms are special to me. They are. So it's like, I just wanted to know about Mary. And a lot of times people would say to me, you don't need to know about Mary.
Wow.
Yeah. And like, how you and I laugh and stuff like that. And it was like, I grew up feeling Jesus never laughed. Like, people I remember one person saying to me, oh yeah, he was happy then. And it's like, no, he wasn't. Like, he was one of these stern people that didn't fool around. And it's wrong. It's wrong. So, there's the religion says this, but relationship says, let's get to know his mom. Let's get to know his dad. We don't worship them, but let's get to know them because they're part of his life.
Yes.
You see what I mean? You know what I mean? They're part of his life. Let's get to know Jesus. Let's get in a relationship with Jesus so we can grow, because we're supposed to be like him.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Try to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody perfect, but I know who. I had some skeletons in my closet, petite, you know, but
we all do,
I'm
though.
working on it.
We all do.
It's not ready for the camera yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah, people like to judge a lot, you know.
They do.
I think you should judge yourself because each individual got to deal with that, whatever, you know.
That's true.
Individual.
That's true.
Like if I did something, you're not going to get judged for it, so what do you worry about me for?
That's true.
You know what I mean? that's
That
all
is so
at,
true.
That's
That
all
is
I
so
got people say. What are you worried about me?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
It's but that's religion.
Yes.
See, if you divide it up, that's not relationship, because a relationship you love.
Yeah.
And you love unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
And I should have brought my Bible today, but I always think love thinks no evil. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. You don't think evil of anybody. So if you don't think evil of anybody, you're not going to judge them, which we shouldn't judge in the first place.
Right.
But you're not, because that is, when you judge someone, you're thinking they're doing something,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't be doing that according to your standard.
And a lot of times that's not even true. You can just be, okay, if you got one routine and something else come up, automatically, they're doing something. Like you said, like some Christians say, yeah, they're doing something, what are you doing? Where you at, you know?
I know,
Okay.
I know.
Maybe I overslept. Maybe. I've been doing that lately. But yeah, anything that came up.
I know, so we've got to be really careful.
Yeah.
And we got to make up our mind, are we in, and this is really what I want to tell people today, are we in a religious atmosphere? Because if you're going to church and they're putting their thumb down, you got to do this. Oh my God, I got stories. I don't know if I can say all these stories, but you know, there's some people that go to certain churches in Niagara Falls, not just the Falls, so a lot of places are guilty of this, but people in there want to do certain ministries, simple things that they could do under the covering of a church to help others. Do you know, they'll say to me, I have to ask my pastor if it's okay.
Wow.
Now, I agree with going and saying, you know, God's called me to do this, or so. I really do. I think that's the right thing to do. But the pastor turns around and says, no, you're not ready yet. And it's like, when the disciples, you know, they spent time with Jesus, but when people, this is what gets me about overseas, and I'm jumping here, but overseas, I'll get a message from somebody in Africa or Pakistan or something, and they'll say, Anne, we just were at a village, and, you know, 12 men got saved, and we're sending them out. Can you send us a Bible or something like that? We're sending them out to the other villages to spread the gospel, but they need training. They need training. They need a Bible. They just need a Bible. But there's not this, well, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't. There's no religion. You know, it's relationship over there, because the relationship is, this is what Jesus did.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, that's why we're going to start a church. And the church is going to be where it's not going to be in bondage. You know, that's why people are scared to go into churches.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because I know with the judgmental thing, I remember some churches, that was a lot for them. If you tell them that you came from a certain background, they didn't even want you there.
No,
That's not right. That's not right. Like, is this a church or, you know?
That's
Yeah, they didn't
terrible.
want you there. It's like they sneered at you. This guy, you know.
Exactly. Well, I pastored that church in Pennsylvania, and I mean, it was growing. It was growing. It was a biker church, and a lot of the people were coming in off the streets. And then the pastor came to me and said, you know, you've got to raise more money. Every Sunday he wanted me to speak on tithing, how important it was they had to tithe. These people didn't have a pot, never mind any tithe money. And it was just like, don't you see? A lot of people don't see the genuine thing what the Bible says. So I figure myself, I think, well, if they don't understand, then they're not reading their Bible. Because if you read the Bible, you see how Jesus walked, you know. And it's good to give money to the church, because you know, you need to pay the bills and stuff like that. But when you start to put your foot down and say, well, you know, you're going to come here, you're going to pay your tithes. You know, you put people in a little box and you chase them away usually.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's good to put money in tithes when they come around one time. You know, I've been at places where I see they come like 3 times.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm trying to go to the bathroom. Your pocket's empty now. I mean, it's embarrassing to me if I can't, you know, when they come around, I can't throw something in there. You know, after the first time, yeah, I get a little embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, so I get up and go to the bathroom a lot.
But that's religion.
Yeah.
That's religion. That's not relationship.
No, it's religion.
See? Yeah.
I mean, this religion is, for me, it's hard to walk a real straight line, you know, because I come from a background that wasn't so religious, you know.
Yeah.
I walked in the darkness a lot, so it was hard for me to transform back to the light, to do right and keep my head on right, you know, because I was used to the nightlife. But, you know, God has a plan for everyone.
He does.
Yeah,
He
He pulled me
does.
up out of the darkness. I can see now.
Yeah.
I can see.
That's good. There's a song that I play almost every morning, and it's about I have a light.
Yeah.
And it shines in the darkness. That's the light is Jesus Christ. And it's when we accept Christ into our life, that little light goes inside you because he's the light. And sometimes it gets dim. You know, it gets dim because sometimes we don't understand. You know, this morning I was sitting when I was waiting for you to come, I was thinking about the scripture, my people perish for lack of knowledge. They don't understand. You know, they just don't. And sometimes if they can't live up to maybe what different people expect of them, they give up, you know? But it's not about that. It's about just struggling on and going on and saying, well, you know, God is with me. I'm one of them, Terrence. I am not perfect. And I know I'm not perfect. I got a lot of little faults, maybe some big ones. And it's like, if I was to dwell on those, I wouldn't be doing what I was doing today.
Yeah.
If I was, because that's what Satan wants. He wants you to, you know, he wants you to think in your mind, you'll never be able to do this. You know, you'll never be able to do this. You'll never be, how can you speak to someone about their sin because you're always tripping up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how he operates. Religion says, how can you do it? Because you're always tripping up. Relationship says, you can do it. Because Jesus is with you. You know, and no matter what it is, we're human.
Right.
We're just in this crazy old earthly body, and we're trying. And that's all God expects of us, is to have a willing heart, to say, I will do it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we're sinners, born sinners.
Yeah.
You know? So.
We're saved by grace.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's a growing, it's like having a baby.
Oh.
Nope. But it's like having a baby. You get that little baby home.
Yeah.
That baby is totally dependent on you. Totally dependent on you. You have to feed it, you have to birth it, you have to change it. And then as it grows, I used to laugh with Hannah because I remember potty training her, and she was like a year and a half. No, about a year. And I was like, here, honey, sit on the potty. She was like, she shoved the potty away. She went running into the bathroom, no word of a lie. And she jumped up on the toilet. And she sat there. And it's like, whoa.
Where'd that come from?
But it's like they take steps, you know, in their life. Like, first you're bottle feeding them, then they get a little bit of, you know, solid food. And then from there they get, you know, they're taking their diaper off because they're going to the potty now. And then they start to walk and they start to talk. Then they start to tell you what to do, you know. But it's a progress, and that's what it is when you come to Christ. It's the same thing. It's a progress. You become a baby. The minute you say, Jesus, come into my life, you're a baby. You start your whole life all over again. It's good. The old things are gone. Thank God.
Washed away.
Yeah.
But me, I need to really learn more of the Bible. You know, I've been reading here and there, but I never really sat down and just studied. That's why I need for you to start a Bible study. Yeah, so.
Well, I was saying that too. What we did a few years ago with the prison ministry is we did Bible college, and we had the lessons and the exams. And then after when they took the course, they got a certificate. So I think we're going to do that again. So you'll be the first student.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I want to learn more. You know,
Yeah.
You can never have too much knowledge.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And there's so many things that I don't know that I really need to know.
Could you make a list of the questions? Have you got any questions or anything?
I can make a list. Oh, I can definitely make a list.
Okay.
But there's a lot of things I don't know. You know, I was stuck on reading the book of Job. I was really stuck on that because every time I felt down, I read that. And it left my spirits. If a guy can go through all that, this little thing I'm going through is nothing.
Yep.
You know, and I need to read more. You know, there's a lot more to it that I don't know.
So we'll start the Bible college.
We started Bible college. Yeah.
So we'll let you know when.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we got to get our dates together. And, it'll be one at a location near you.
and if you want us to come to Florida in the wintertime, we will come.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Correspondence. We could have a correspondence, though, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to learn. I'll be the first student.
Okay.
I guarantee you that one because I really need to. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day. He said, "Wow, you got so many callings, man." And because I see it. You know,
Yeah,
I see it.
too.
I see the callings if you have it. And I was like, yeah. And I will be absolutely nuts if I don't answer these calls because I'm not getting no younger.
That's true.
You know? Wow, she agreed with me.
Nobody is. Nobody is.
But yeah, I need to, you know, learn more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the more you learn, this is what I'm still learning. I'm still learning. But the more I learn, the more I want to learn.
Yeah.
Because I find that being a Christian, you know, in the world, Terrence, it's an exciting life. For me, it was exciting. I mean, I loved out at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Just doing my thing and going places and partying and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that kind of life. But now I find as a Christian, there's a lot of ways you can have fun, and it's a satisfying fun. You know, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like, wow, you know, and I can go to bed at night and I feel peace that I didn't have in the world. You know, I didn't have a peace in the world. It was like, there was an emptiness inside of me, and I was trying to fill it with everything. And I couldn't fill it until I really dedicated my life to the Lord and said, okay, God, you know, and I haven't been perfect since, but you find your life changes and you want to see him, you want to take a step further with God. You know, you want to say, well, you know, I just don't want to go to church on a Sunday. I just don't want to sit. I want to do something to reach out to others now and tell them. You know, I lost about 5 of my friends years ago to drugs and suicide and stuff like that. And you know, so now you say, people are dying all around us in Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
So it's like now we want to get out and say, okay, we're going to reach you. We're going to tell you we got some good news. If you don't accept it, it's on you. We gave you a chance.
Right.
See what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, so that when you get religion says this, relationship says go out and tell your brother what's going on. You know, or show him. You don't even have to tell him sometimes, you just have to show him your love. Yeah.
Because me, if you show me, I can grip on better. You know, and you can tell me. You can tell yourself it coming one ear and out the other half the time, but if I could see it and if I can really get into it, then I'll pick it up more easier.
Okay.
You know, and I like spreading it. Like, even one thing I do is I cook a lot for missions, like here. And that's God's work because I'm feeding hungry people.
You are. And he's a good cook.
Maybe you heard it here.
He is.
And to spread that out like that. That's a, how can I say that? That's a religion to me itself.
Exactly.
Ministry is through my hands. A person told me that last year. Your ministry is through your hands because you like cooking for people and feeding them.
That's because I would say probably like you're a servant.
Yeah.
You have a servant's heart. And that's what Jesus had. He had a servant's heart. He wanted to give. He wanted to, do stuff. And you're giving through your food,
Yeah.
And through this show.
Hi. How you doing? You gotta throw something in there.
Yeah, you should do.
Break the monopoly. A lot of things I don't agree with, which I'm sure people see some things in me they don't agree with. But I don't think I'm better than anyone. Things happen in my life. A lot of times I jump at it, like when this started, it was a blessing, big blessing to me. So I grabbed at it.
Yeah.
I hanged on to it, and I'm still hanging on to it. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. But yeah, I mean, better things is gonna come, better things are gonna happen. They already started.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah.
When you do things for others, you do. It's like a circle. You give, but it comes back to you, and it's the feeling inside. You might not have a lot of money in the bank, and things like that, but there's a joy inside, and because we're doing what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
That's what He says to do, to reach out to those that are hungry, and give clothes to those that need clothing, and visit those in prison. Do all that kind of stuff, that's what God expects us to do if we're really in a relationship with Him,
See, it ain't nothing like planting a seed in somebody's head. Like, I remember walking down the street and these little kids, "Hi, Terrence!" I'll forget it, I'm like, these kids,
Wow.
"Hi, Terrence!" And that made me feel good that they remembered because they came to one of the dinners here that we had.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I remember doing a kids club downstairs, and I was helping out, and they remembered me from there. So it's like I was planning.
Yeah.
And now they acknowledge me every time they see me.
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling when a little kid, "Hey, how you doing?"
Oh, yeah. That's
and
good.
you can see the joy in their face to see you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah. You heard it here.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do some rapping.
Go ahead, I'll let you.
No, I'll let you.
Well, thank you for joining us. We hope our conversation has uplifted you, made you feel a little special because you are, and God really loves you. God has a plan for your life. You might be sitting there thinking, I don't know what God could ever do with me because I've done this and done that and done this. But God loves you. He loves you unconditionally. And He does have a plan for your life. And if you just contact us and we'll help.
Yes, please.
Contact us and we'll help. If you are interested in taking a Bible course or learning more about the Bible, contact us too. And we'll set up a time and we'll get this going.
Yes, we will. And I like to say, God bless and you have a great day. Thank you.